Today, I'm surviving in 3 of Google Maps' harshest environments. From the middle of the ocean to an incredibly dry forest.
There goes all my water that I did have in my system.
I've survived things most people wouldn't last an hour with. Each location is going to get more and more extreme, and by the end of this, I'm going to be living on an island so remote, Google Maps doesn't even know it exists. But first, I'll be surviving in
the middle of the ocean. See you guys later, bye. All right, I'm officially alone, so I guess let's do a house tour. Welcome to the humble abode. All of this is the stuff I'll be using to survive, and we'll get to that, but first I wanna show you like what this place is all about. First up, we got a nice comfy bed, and I could say the comfy part confidently. Over here, we've got the bathroom. Oh, hi, this is me. We've got a little shower, a super little toilet. And it looks like this is how you flush the thing. Whoa. And I know what you're thinking, Nick, what happens if you walk out this door? And it's just ocean. Is that a shipwreck? Oh, 2 shipwrecks after zooming in? And then when you go in here, originally I thought these were bed frames, but after further analysis, it turns out that this is a hammock. We'll probably set that up a little bit later. This entire house is made of like a hay-like kind of thing. I'm gonna have to make a fire, and this looks all super flammable. I just don't want this whole place to go burning down and me with it, you know? There are 3 main objectives for this challenge. The first one is securing food. Obviously, I don't have anything to eat out here, and the only thing that I'm allowed to eat is something that I catch. The second objective is gonna be to secure drinking water. Now, the only problem is that I'm currently in the middle of the ocean. To be honest, I haven't figured out the whole water situation yet. We're still working on it. The last objective is gonna be to survive the weather. I know it looks nice right now, but I'm in an area that has extreme weather changes on the drop of a dime. One more cool thing, I've got my chum cage right here. Oh, that smells atrocious. Open the cage just like this. What even is chum, bro? So we're just gonna put this whole thing in the chum cage. Because the water here where I am is so warm, it should just kind of slowly melt away. Don't worry, it's not bad for the environment. We're just gonna tie it right over here. The chum will be actively bringing in cool sea creatures for us to spear and eat, hopefully. What I'm thinking about most in this challenge is that for every piece of food that I wind up scavenging or somehow hunting, it's gonna wind up costing me calories, right? I need to catch and eat it. There will be a deficit by the end of it. If I catch 1 fish, but I spend 1,000 calories catching it, I'm down a lot of calories.
And speaking of calories, it's time to hunt my first meal.
Guys, a little treat just showed up. A shrimp accidentally jumped into my boat. That's calories, baby. Might not be a lot, but it's the first ones of the challenge. Damn, super sweet. Those are good. I hope more jump into my boat. All right, now we just gotta get in the water. Ow, ow, I just banged my shin. Fuck. Never really been on a kayak like this. Safety team, I'm on the move. In the water.
Safety team, loud and clear.
At the end of the day, I'm looking for a little flat. Something that wouldn't be too hard to spear my breakfast. I'm starving, and every paddle is kind of taking up a little bit more calories for me. Safety team, do we see anywhere that I could go get some food? Over.
400 yards to the southwest, we do see a sunken item. I believe you can acquire some food here.
All right, here we go.
Safety team to Nick, you're gonna want to do a 180-degree turn going in the opposite direction.
Oh my gosh, and it's starting to freaking rain. Are you kidding me? What are the odds of this? No. Safety team, are these walkie-talkies able to get wet? Over.
These walkie-talkies should be weather resistant. Again, that is resistant, not proof. Over.
Oh my God. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta tough it out. This is scary, guys. The wind is picking up a lot. Safety team, permission to engage into the water. Over. Safety team, are you there? Over. Oh my God, guys, this isn't working anymore. Safety team. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God.
I know this seems scary, but it's important to remember, no matter how hard things get, you never give up.
I lost my goggles. This is how people die. Not good. The good news is that I'm collecting fresh water. Oh my God.
I was able to pull it together and locate all of my dropped items, but now it's time to get in the water and see what I can catch. I began my search for food, and the hardest part about swimming in this area is that it was only about 3 or 4 feet deep, so I really had to make myself thin in the water column. The first thing I found was a collector urchin, and while these guys don't have a whole lot of calories in them, their meat is very, very sweet. I went towards the only piece of structure I could find sticking out of the water, and under it was a nice mangrove snapper. Usually you're gonna find fish on any structure because they're gonna think that they're well hidden. This fish has probably never seen a diver before, and I say that because he was very curious coming up to me. Usually if a fish has been hunted before, they will run away, but this guy had no idea.
Oh man, so we actually did pretty good. Back to home, baby. Home, sweet home. Guys, I'm dead. I'm also successful. The prize of the show, what's gonna get me the most calories, is this beautiful mangrove snapper. This guy was munching on lobster. That tells me that this guy is gonna taste extra sweet. I also got a hermit crab. I don't know how I'm gonna get this guy out. I'm actually realizing that I didn't bring my dye flag on that entire excursion, which is really bad.
But now that I've caught some food, I need to successfully cook this fish before I can eat it.
My plan right now is to have the fire on the kayak so that if the fire gets out of control, my entire house doesn't burn down. Now, my thought process is I want to make this wood really tall because I don't want to burn a hole in the kayak. I can't see this going right, to be honest, but I don't know how else I'm supposed to start a fire. Oh, okay, wait, this is going great. Ow! I think that's it. I think that's how I'm going to cook my fish. Oh, that almost blew up in my hand. Oh my God, the kayak's on fire. Bro, code red. I don't think my drinking water is safe anymore. I feel like there's a lot of lighter fluid in it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna soak the wood like you've never seen before in lighter fluid. And then we're just gonna kiss it. Oh my God, no, the GoPro. This could not be going worse. All right, firewood on the kayak is not working at all. So we're just gonna eat it raw. I wonder if I could crack this hermit crab out of its shell with this. I'm literally just hungry and nothing is working. This sucks. I can't eat the food that I just spent thousands of calories trying to freaking catch in the middle of the freaking rainstorm. I'm just gonna scale this fish and eat it like our ancestors would have. Dip it in the salt water. Tastes a little bit like gasoline. It's definitely raw. You ever have moments in your life where you're just thinking to yourself, am I on the right path? At first I was a little timid biting into the side of this fish, but you just gotta go for it, honestly. Ow! I got stabbed. I kind of feel bad for this hermit crab. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to get him and he's not gonna be worth the calories and he deserves to live. This is the completed product. All right, I definitely want to relax in bed, but I need to shower. You guys have been saying you want me to recreate Naked and Afraid. I'm definitely afraid. Oh, nice. Get a nice ocean view while I shower. A little bit of body wash. Shower is complete. Oh, damn, this bed is comfy. This house that I'm on is constantly shifting since it's floating through the ocean. Every time I come out here, it's a different view. Right now, we're facing the land, but earlier, I think we were facing like that way, just into the open ocean, so it's constantly moving. This house has a motor. It's anchored up right over there, right? So every time that the tide shifts, it'll take me that way, a bunch of different directions. Now, what's caught my eye is far out there. You guys see that? That is a shipwreck, and you can tell because it has a bunch of little birds on it. I'm gonna go find some food on that. Going for a swim seems so cool and refreshing. On the other end of it, it also sounds pretty dehydrating. We're gonna pick up this jug. Damn, I wish I would have left this out earlier. That would have been genius. We're gonna be able to capture water if it rains again, which honestly, I know it looks sunny, but I don't doubt that it will eventually start raining again. Dude, I can't believe this chum block isn't bringing anything in. Time to suit up, mate. Also, side note, my wetsuits are custom. I think it's pretty cool. All right, we all know how that kayak fiasco went last time. I'm not looking to get into another one of those, that's for sure. Got my trusty dusty bow and arrow. All right, wish me luck.
The first thing I saw when I got in the water was a pretty large barracuda, and it was just kind of chilling under the house, so I started to lock in on it. Now, the only problem with hunting this barracuda is that it's so large that if I were to put an arrow into it, it would more than likely swim away with my arrow, and since that's my only weapon, I definitely don't want to waste it and be left without anything to catch food. The next thing I found was a massive queen conch, and these are beyond delicious. I love to eat these guys. The only problem is that here in Florida, it's illegal to keep them, so all I can do is admire. I want you to take note how shallow of an area I'm diving in is. The entire water column between the bottom and top is only about 3 to 5 feet depending on the area. This is pretty scary because if there's ever a shark in the water with me, it's gonna be the same level as me, and there's no really avoiding them looking at me, you know, so I'd have to be extra aware. Eventually, I find my way to the shipwreck and I start to see all kinds of life, which is a really good sign. A mangrove snapper approaches me, and you could see he's a little bit of a curious fish. The only thing is that I'm not entirely sure that this guy is the legal size, and I want to try to get the biggest one under this boat so that it actually feeds me well. I'm also noticing that there are a bunch of barracudas swimming around as well, but I had no idea what the legal size for them were, and I really didn't want to break the law, so I made sure to lock in on something that I knew was legal. Once this mangrove snapper was on the end of my spear tip, I put something into his brain to make sure that he could never swim away from me again. I put him in my pocket because I didn't have anywhere else to store him, but that is very dangerous because if a shark is in the the area and it smells the fish in your pocket, it'll more than likely come to bite you. I swam past the shipwreck into deeper waters, and if you notice all of these particles like flying by my face, that's because the current is just absolutely ripping right here. With that being said, I was seeing a lot more fish. This is a large snook right in front of me, which is a delicious fish, but legally you're not allowed to spear them, so I wasn't able to take that shot. You'll notice that I'm lining up on a bunch of different fish, but because I'm in deeper water and it's not really the best visibility, like I could only see 5 to 10 feet in front of my face really well, I don't want to shoot my arrow and risk losing it because then I will be left without a weapon to finish this challenge. I hung out in the deeper water for quite a bit of time, but came to the conclusion that it really wasn't my safest bet, and I was just burning so many calories being in here, so I decided to head towards another shipwreck. I'm glad I did too, because this one was teeming with life. Anytime that you see minnows, that means it's going to be bringing in fish that eat the minnows and then bigger fish that eat those, so at this point it was really just a matter of finding my own food. After searching around the ship for a while, I found a really good sized mangrove snapper, lined up on it and hit it, but it got off the end of my spear tip. I didn't wind up pulling my arrow back enough, and because of that it didn't have enough forward pressure to fully penetrate the fish. I searched all over the wreck for this injured fish, but came to the conclusion that it got away and I was back to square one with only one mangrove snapper in my pocket. Here I ran into a large group of parrotfish, and yet again, you're not allowed to spear these in Florida, and they're delicious. I've eaten them in the Bahamas before, but in this area it's illegal, so you just gotta let them live and be hungry. Being in the middle of the ocean could get really lonely, so I wanted to try to make some friends.
Hey buddy, you guys know where the, oh, okay. Maybe they'll want to be my friends. I come in peace. I just want to be your guys' friend. Oh man, they're all such assholes.
Failing to make friends really motivated me to find food, and eventually I wound up running into this snail that had a very black shade on it. This snail is edible and it lives in the conch family, so that was a good find. And right after that, I found a pretty large hermit crab, which I'm also gonna try to eat. At this point, I had been in the water for over an hour and burned a lot of calories, so it was time to get back to home base.
Oh, I went too far. Oh, dinner. That was actually quite successful. Best way to take off your wetsuit is you put your elbow inside of it, other elbow inside. Boom. Kind of considering trying to start this fire on my kayak again, because I don't want to eat another raw fish. That's a thought for after I eat this urchin though. Oh, this one has a nice amount of uni in it. This is what their eggs look like. Kind of like a boogery substance. These guys have like no calories. This snail is actually super colorful, like on every angle. I'm not fully confident that this thing won't poison me.
I wonder what this feels like for the snail. Probably not good.
There's some random brown stuff on it, and you don't want to be eating the brown stuff. You only want to eat the white stuff.
Wow.
It's just nice to bite into something that's actually like meaty. You ever have one of those Go-Gurts, like a yogurt, and you're trying to get every last drop out of it? That's the kind of vibe I'm doing with the meat in the middle. All right, that's enough of that.
At this point in the challenge, I'm feeling pretty defeated. I haven't consumed an entire meal, I've had no water, and the extreme exhaustion of survival is starting to get to me. If I can't find a way to get as many calories as possible out of this next meal, I might not make it through this challenge.
Man, I'm tired. I wish I had someone to cook this fish for me. But I think getting some calories in me is gonna help a lot, so I'm gonna get to cooking this fish. And to do that, I need to put a fire on the kayak. My safety team goes home after a certain point. I don't know if they're still here. Safety team, can you copy? Are you here? Oh, better not have any emergencies overnight. And I feel like the key to the fire is gonna be all of this like kindling.
Kindling are small sticks that catch heat before any of the larger pieces of wood. They're essential for the beginning of any fire.
This is a terrible structure to have a fire on. We're just gonna go for it, honestly. Got my handy dandy torch. Oh my god, not again. Is this okay? This GoPro just got torched. Low key, it's working. I need to take advantage of the fire. So we're just gonna put the fish right on the fire. Wait, I need to get back on this kayak. I hope the kayak isn't burning a hole through it. It probably isn't supposed to cook like that. That smells terrible. That does not look healthy to eat. Is that because it's all burning the plastic underneath? The fish kind of just fell apart, and that means that it's pretty cooked. I see a little tiny bit of smoke and fire coming out, so I'm kind of letting that fish smoke. I think that's what's going on. My favorite part about cooking a fish on an open fire is that eventually it becomes so charred to the point where the skin detaches from the meat. It doesn't separate or mess up the meat at all. But gang, this fish is cooked. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it. It's crazy the difference from the last fish. It was so freaking raw, guys. This is like actually tasting good. We're 2/4 of the way through this challenge. Is that just half? Oh, I just bit into this thing's gut. I think I'm done with this. This is how far I got with this fish. I ate it pretty down to the bone, I'd say. Whenever you have like the carcass of a fish or anything that you've hunted, always make sure you leave it in its natural environment. So for instance, the ocean. There are so many birds here that can eat this carcass, or a shark or a tarpon, or as long as I put it back in the ocean, it won't go to waste. So that feels good. I'm making a difference. Check it out, guys. This is my view as I eat my dinner. I'm very lucky to live the life that I do. It's time to go fishing. Into the chum bag we go. I'm just gonna get some couple sardines. I'll just bring them all out. Why not? Wow, the fact that there's no hole in this kayak is wild. That's awesome. All right, here goes nothing. I definitely don't want to go too far from the house in case it gets really dark. Get one of these little fish right out here. Whenever I'm hooking a fish to a hook like this, I always want to hook it through the nose of the fish. This way. No! Dude, my line just broke. God just wants me to kayak. This is peaceful, man. I have all this bait, but I have even more bait for later, so I think I'm just gonna ditch it because I don't want my kayak to smell. Oh my God, oh my God. Ice. Guys, this is fresh water. Part of me is a little scared about what's in this ice. Cheers to the view. I'm a little scared as it gets darker. I'm not gonna be able to see, but I think I'm just gonna enjoy the drift a little bit. I only paid the safety team to be here for 8 out of the 24 hours. Thirst was the main thing on my mind. Ooh, you know what'd be nice? A nice little hammock session. My stomach is actually really hurting right now, and part of me thinks it's from eating that ice earlier. You should never just eat ice because there can always be some random contaminants in there. If I wind up going diarrhea, we're gonna be in trouble. I feel like I'm gonna eat shit right now, getting on this. Wow. Oh my God. That was terrifying. It's like nice, but also scary, to be honest. This is my view, just looking out into the ocean. What's nice is that since I'm in the middle of the ocean, there are no bugs. Despite being in the middle of freaking nowhere, I have service on my phone. I can scroll on freaking TikTok if I wanted to. The whole point of being in the middle of the ocean, at least for me, like when we were planning this, was I really wanted to like disconnect. The phone addiction is real, guys. I've like just been fighting it even just being out here. You know, one thing is that I've never gone for a night dive. I'm kind of scared to be honest with you. It's a little intimidating. I lived in Hawaii for like 4 months at one point. I got the opportunity to go on a night dive, and then I got sick like the day before. I had to cancel it. I didn't wind up going. With that being said, sometimes I'll think about that experience I missed out on, and it encourages me to do other experiences, you know? Do you guys care about this stuff? I often wonder what you guys care to hear about. Drop a comment if you care about this stuff that I'm talking about, or if I'm just babbling. There's a secret that I actually haven't told you guys, but I can't tell you guys just yet. You gotta wait till morning. Oh my God, mosquito. How is it out here? We're in the middle of the I came to the generator room to see what supplies that we have. There are a couple different things that I'm seeing right here. This is the water gauge. Once this hits E, there's no more fresh water running to this unit. I'm not allowed to drink it, so it doesn't make much of a difference, but it also means that I can't just like take my time and shower as much as I want. Right here is what's particularly interesting. There's a water heater, so I don't have to just take cold showers, and I think I'm gonna use this like immediately. Time to go take my first warm shower in 24 hours. Wow, wait, time out. It's actually working. That's awesome. Yes. I gotta say, there's nothing like taking a fresh shower and getting all the salt off your body. The salt like crystallizes on you here, especially when it's hot. So it took everything in me not to take a gulp of it, but this bed looks so fire. Oh, my walkie, that doesn't work. Safety team, are you here? Over. They said we are off when we are off. Oh, the little piggy. The little piggy went to, wait. Did you guys hear that? It was like a splash outside.
After hearing movement in the water, I had to investigate.
There's a fat fish and I'm freaking hungry, okay? Damn, it's so scary to get in the water at this time of night. It's terrifying, but okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get in. Oh my God, there are literally so many right here. It doesn't matter how exhausted you are. Going night diving with tarpon will get anyone excited, okay? All right, I need to get in quiet so the tarpon don't get spooked. The water is super warm though.
After enough procrastinating, I finally got in the water, and I can't elaborate in words just how scary that this is. I started to explore the house a little bit just so I could get my bearings, and then when I went to the bottom, I was searching for anything I could find. Now the problem is that it's literally pitch black in every direction. The only thing that I actually have to know where I am is this flashlight. It's also difficult because I don't really know how far I'm swimming as I'm going, so sometimes I would just turn around and realize that my house was way farther than I expected it to be. The whole reason I got in the water though was to dive with these tarpon, and I was really surprised that they weren't afraid of me at all. Tarpon could get over 100 pounds, and they're predatory fish, so in my head I was thinking to myself, what is bringing these guys into the area? And then as I started shining my light, I realized that we were surrounded by minnows, and this is what the tarpon must have been hunting. At one point I went up for some air and I almost got stuck under this kayak.
I could easily die right now, but it's such a cool experience. I think I'm just gonna keep going.
Getting back in the water was like facing your biggest fears all at once, but I felt like my prayers were answered when I found a shrimp just kind of swimming through the water. I had barely eaten at this point, so this would have been a great snack, but before I knew it, I accidentally traveled way farther away from my house than I expected to. I really didn't want to drift too far away and run the risk of my flashlight running out and literally being stranded in the middle of the pitch black ocean. So I decided to go back, but then I overshot it and I was under the house.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, where am I? Ow.
This is super stupid. I'm getting out. Ugh. That was freaking insane. Oh my god, that's a shark. Where'd it go?
Oh my god. Oh my...
Bro, I was literally in the water. That thing could have come for my side or something. I'm so lucky I ran into the tarpon and not him. I guess that's what happens when you're at a house in the middle of the ocean, huh? I straight up do not have it in me to take another shower. I'm hungry and I'm for sure dehydrated. I have a headache now. I think dehydration is actually catching up to me pretty hardcore. Those tarpon were crazy though. That was so scary just now. Officially time to get some rest. It's 3 a.m. I can't sleep for the life of me. I just hear these tarpon going crazy out here. You guys see their glowing eyes? I want to try to catch one with a fishing pole. I can't even eat a tarpon if I catch it. It's illegal. I'm actually super exhausted right now, but for whatever reason, I'm not able to sleep. Maybe it's a thirst. Here's my fishing pole. There's so many bugs, I'm getting wrecked. I'm gonna throw one of these ballyhoo on there. Ballyhoo's on the hook. All right, let's see what we can make happen. Oh, bro. Are you kidding me? He's gonna bite it. Come on. One of these freaking tarpon have to bite. You know how frustrating it is to see a freaking massive fish look at your bait like that but not take the bait? Damn, I'm getting wrecked by bugs at this point. It might not even be worth it to try to catch one of these guys. Good morning, guys. We're almost at the end of the 24 hours in the middle of the ocean. There's one secret I've been keeping from you this entire time. That secret is that I arranged for a boat to drop me off. I never arranged for one to pick me up. I'm gonna need to kayak about 2 to 3 miles to land. And that's not an easy task, okay? It's not like it's around the freaking corner. Pretty hungry. I'm really hungry. Right now, I don't doubt that if I were to kayak back to land, like right this very second, I would actually just perish. I need to get some food first. Breakfast, if you will. This is what's currently in front of me, and off in the distance over there is that shipwreck that I was able to catch a mangrove snapper in. Behind it is actually another shipwreck, which wouldn't look like it would be the worst case to go to. I'm just like I look around and there's not really a whole plethora of options, it looks like. I think I'm gonna go to that shipwreck, and I think I'm gonna paddleboard there. Get my bow and arrow. I'm gonna tie this to the back of the paddleboard. Put my spear in here. All right. I'm pretty much loaded up, ready to go. All right, we're gonna give it one last shot. Safety team, come in, do you copy? The truth is that I'm about to go on the most dangerous part of this challenge. For anyone to be in the open ocean and have no sign of backup, emergency signal, I mean, a lot could go wrong. Time to go get the last meal of this challenge. How do you get on a paddleboard? You just do it. You just get on it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This paddleboard is so sketchy. If it goes over, all my things are lost. I'm starving right now. All right, I've made it to the wreck. I'm slowly passing it. Oh, I'm sinking. I need one fish. Just one.
Getting in the water was like waking up on Christmas morning to coal, because when I got in, there wasn't a single fish anywhere on this shipwreck. I didn't want to just send it to the next one either though, because then I would be using more energy and there's a good chance there aren't fish on there either. The good news is that we're in a bunch of tall grass, and usually crustaceans really like to hide in this tall grass, specifically lobsters and stone crabs. I started swimming all around the wreck to look for anything that could give me calories to hopefully help me with this 3-mile ride kayak back home. After enough searching, I came across a channel crab, and while this is a crustacean that is legal for me to keep, they have such little meat in their claws that I figured it would be more trouble than it was worth. I was gonna have to face my fears of getting pinched though, because I located a very large stone crab. These guys have so much meat in their claws that it is definitely worth the risk, at least to me because of how hungry I was. I noticed that he was pretty burrowed up in his hole, and he was just going deeper in, but he actually had another hole on the other side, and I was able to get him out like that. This was like the best find ever because I didn't think I was gonna have breakfast, and now I have breakfast in my hands.
Good news, I found a stone crab. You can tell it's a stone crab because they kind of look like they've got painted claws or nails. And this guy has a meaty claw on him, so we're gonna be eating good. Now, there's actually a very specific way you're supposed to harvest these guys' claws. You're not just supposed to take the whole crab. They've got this joint in the middle, this area. It's a little bit softer. If you put something sharp in them, they will automatically drop their claw. The crab will live, it'll grow a claw back. It's a very healthy way to harvest the stone crab.
Unfortunately for me though, it's not stone crab season, and eating this guy would mean jail time, so I had to release him.
Oh my gosh, a shrimp. Breakfast. Is it dead? Well guys, I'm an utter failure. I couldn't believe there were no fish under that shipwreck. Yesterday I went there and it was a plethora of fish. That's what's BS about being in a survival situation. Like, if I were really stranded in the middle of nowhere, I would have eaten that crab, but I have to adhere by the laws to where I am. At the end of the day, it doesn't solve the problem of my hunger. If anything, that paddleboard out there really just depleted more of my energy, which makes this task even more difficult. Getting back home. It's about a 2 to 3 mile kayak ride. You know, it's tough because we just learned that the current is going that way, which makes it even harder. I literally just need to get back to land and mission complete. Bro, if I get caught in what I got caught in yesterday morning, that would be a really, really bad ride. I don't have my safety team with me today. It's just me. All right, let's stop wasting time. I really want to get some breakfast. All right, everything is officially how it's supposed to be. We put the hammock back up. Here's all the equipment that I used. I made my bed. Very nice, very clean. Kind of gonna miss this place. What I'm gonna miss the most? The doors that just lead to the ocean. But it's time to go back towards land. Ugh. Oh, fuck. Into the open ocean we go. Goodbye. Oh! A shrimp jumped into my boat. Breakfast is here. Got a nice little shrimp.
Guys, this challenge isn't over yet. Like I mentioned before, I still have 2 miles to paddle back to land. If I can't make it all the way back on my own, I fail this survival challenge.
5 minutes into paddling confidently. My stomach is roaring right now. I am freaking starving. Ugh. I can't stop though, otherwise the current will take me out to sea. I think I'm gonna send it all the way. Dude, oh my gosh.
If the middle of the ocean was that lonely, I can hardly imagine what the most remote island on Google Maps is like. That's why for this next environment, I brought along a survival expert and a few other things too.
The first item I picked, most important to any survival challenge, is a knife, 100 feet of rope, bug spray. What's taking so much space in my backpack? This big sleeping bag.
And the last item is my inhaler.
For my 5 items, I also have a sleeping bag, hot water purification, flint and steel, a headlamp. So what Nick doesn't know, I brought a couple things I think is going to make this whole experience
Bro, you are
that
walking
much better.
so fast. Where are you going?
Nowhere, we're fine.
In order to make sure we survive, we need to secure water, shelter, and food. And lucky for us, we might have just stumbled across one of the 3.
We just found some good news. Look at this. These are all wild grapes.
The green ones are not going to be quite ripe, they'll be kind of tart. As far as how to harvest them, they grow all over the trees out here, so we can harvest to our heart's content. Let's go.
Nice.
Now is a good time to mention the trek in is not easy. We've got a 5-mile hike to the river where we're hoping resources are plentiful. And I'd be lying if I said it weren't starting to get to me.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I don't know why. It makes kind of no sense to me.
You're dehydrated.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. All over you. There goes all my water that I did have in my system. Bro, I'm telling you, I was allergic to those grapes. Oh my God. Why did that just happen to me?
Overexertion and exposure.
I might have just puked my brains out, but this challenge doesn't end unless my heart stops beating. And I'd be lying if I said everything coming out of my stomach didn't make me a little hungry.
These look like little berries right over here. Is this just a pre-blackberry right here?
Well, it looks like it would be something delicious to eat, but this is actually poison hemlock, deadly poisonous, straight up kill you.
Okay.
It's a good thing Kevin stopped me. I would have eaten that hemlock. Either way, shelter and water take priority over food in any survival situation.
Operation Find Shelter is officially a go. We're gonna split up.
Survival protocol is don't split up. but we're gonna make a little landmark here and that way we can meet up.
See you, bro. I hope you find a good spot.
All right, so we're looking for whatever resources we can find. This area right in here looks awesome for setting up a shelter. One of the things I don't like, if you were to have a fire, the whole place could go up. So we're definitely not having a fire anywhere near our shelter. I'm already getting some mosquitoes down here and it's not even the mosquito hour. So it's a low spot. What I'd like is a higher spot and hopefully that'll cut down the mosquito factor. We're gonna keep looking.
I think I found a spot that will actually work for our shelter. I like this area because it's well shaded and there are no big branches that could fall on us while we sleep. Right here is a walnut tree and I am deadly allergic to nuts. That is a walnut. It's kind of funny how many things out here can actually kill me. I've almost ran into like 7. Ow! I am in the, ow!
As excited as I am to find a place to call home, I need to be careful. I just ran into a razor sharp thorn bush.
That's enough confirmation for me to say I don't want to sleep here tonight. There are thorns what would be all over my bed. We're gonna keep looking.
So I found another spot here. Everything looks good for me. Nick's wearing shorts. Right down here are these little burrs. They won't poke you or anything, but they will get caught in your leg hair and it's like walking through a mess of Velcro.
And that's not the only difference in our outfits. With Kevin wearing boots, long pants, and a baseball cap, he's well adapted for insects, thorns, and just about anything Mother Nature can throw at him. Whereas my outfit couldn't be less prepared. Wearing shorts makes me susceptible to bug bites. No hat means no protection from the heat, and ankle-cut shoes makes me primed to get bit by a rattlesnake. That's the difference between being an expert and an amateur.
We're not building shelter here.
I was just walking and not only is there a bunch of stuff on my shoelaces that's making it all stick together, but it's also stuck to my freaking leg hairs and it doesn't feel great. Ow, okay. Ow! I'm not having a lot of luck here in Mother Nature.
It's definitely time. We gotta regroup. I wanna make sure that Nick's not looking around for me, so I'm gonna go back to our meeting spot. Oh, hang on, Nick, don't move. Right there is poison oak.
Poison oak is a plant that seems harmless, but is actually the opposite. Just a pin-sized amount of its extremely potent venom is enough to infect 500 people if touched. The venom can remain active for up to 5 years if not cleaned immediately, making it a very effective defense mechanism for the plant.
If he touches this plant, especially since right now he's been sweating, his pores are all open and the oil from that plant will get in the pores and he's gonna get a horrible rash. It's gonna be the itchiest thing he could possibly imagine. What you don't wanna do is get it on your hands and then scratch where the sun don't shine.
Code red. Shortly after Kevin told me not to touch the poison oak, I touched it. Kevin, what do? I gotta make sure I don't touch my face under any circumstances.
Yeah, we're just gonna amputate your hand, don't worry. You didn't touch it that much, it's okay. We're gonna just be aware.
After some searching, we actually found the spot.
And what I mean by that is the spot for our shelter.
What do you like about this spot?
Kevin has a tendency to make his explanations long-winded, so here's my version. Shade, river, flat.
One thing is for sure, I am so freaking thirsty. I threw up all the water I had earlier in my system. What's our ETA on a drink?
We'll get that going right now.
Dehydration is the #1 killer when it comes to surviving extreme heat. For that reason, staying hydrated is key to combating certain death. Lucky for us, Kevin brought a water purification system. It works by filtering natural water sources, making otherwise dangerous liquids into delicious drinkable water. Even with this water though, my body was overheating.
It is so freaking hot out here. I feel like I'm actually dying. That water is beautiful. Kevin's already beat me to it, as you can see. Now, one thing to be concerned with is that there are lots of yellow jackets and bees near the river. Is that right, Kev?
Try not to get stung as we go in.
If I get stung by a yellow jacket, I'm going to the hospital. Dude, that water looks so freaking good. How is it?
That is so refreshing.
Oh, dude, this feels so amazing. Oh my God, I'm really struggling to get in this thing. Oh, this is cold. It's so nice to be cold. One thing about me is that cold gives me asthma attacks, that's for sure. A little bit. Don't stress too much, Kevin. How are you doing that?
With great pleasure.
Yeah, should I just go for it? Is that what I should do?
Yeah.
All right, let's stop procrastinating. Oh God, it's cold, but that feels good. I'm gonna get used to this before I know it. Oh, got it. When do you get used to it?
I'm already used to it. You're not used to it.
No, bro, it's freezing. Man, are there predators in here?
Oh, I didn't tell you.
Oh man, that feels so refreshing. I wish we could just drink all this, bro. We've been in here for, I don't know, how long have we been in here, Kev?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. I'm freezing right now, so I'm gonna get out of the water. It is literally already hot again. Like, just getting out, I feel the heat, but that was a nice dip. Should be good to make shelter, huh?
There are gonna be 3 phases to making our new home.
Oh, whoa, you're going intense here.
This is willow. There's a ton of different species of willow, but it's all storm adapted, so it's adapted to be cut.
Kevin is making a makeshift shovel to help dig out the bottom of where we'll eventually be sleeping. While he's doing that, I've split up to see if I can find some valuable materials for our new home.
Guys, amazing freaking news. I just found a blackberry bush. At least I think. I hope this isn't gonna poison me. I'm just gonna go for it. Ow, what the hell? Even the freaking leaves have spikes. Gentle pick. Okay, here we go. Time to find out if these are blackberries or not.
They definitely taste like blackberries, but there's one problem. There are razor sharp thorns all over the stems and leaves of this bush. If I want to harvest these without bleeding, I'm going to have to be extra careful.
At one point, you almost start to think to yourself, are the berries more trouble than they're worth? And then you go deeper into the thinking and you think that that's what the berries want you to think, so you don't give up. All the good berries are like deep in the freaking bush. The more I'm looking through this tree, the more berries that I'm seeing, so I'm just gonna take a minute to try to forage these right now. You guys can get a view of my butt while I do this. Ow! There we go. There we go, baby.
While I was collecting fruit, Kevin was putting in serious work on the shelter. It was clear he was going to want some of the berries that I found.
Guys, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. Just kidding. I was actually so successful foraging blackberries, I might have been eating a few. Okay.
Dude, that's a nice harvest.
Would you like some of these?
Hell yeah.
I've bled a lot for these, so like, be careful.
Thank you.
So juicy, bro. You don't want more?
No, I'm good for now.
Will the ants get them if I just like leave them anywhere?
Probably. I've got that pot. We can throw them in the pot.
Let's do that. Yeah, that sounds good. Should I just? Yeah. Be careful, bro. It's so spiky. Time to harvest some willow tree. How does one harvest a willow tree? Bro, I'm gonna like cut my hand off like this. Oh, there we go. I got one. Bloop. Look at that. I'm a natural. Oh, look at that. I'm getting better at it. Look at that. Kevin's taking a little long filtering that water. Oh, hey! I was not about to get into the blackberries. No sirree.
Yeah, I bet you weren't.
Even though we recently hydrated, building shelter is hard work. And for that reason, cold water is exactly what we need.
You've got no idea how excited I am for this.
I'm just doing one of these.
It's delicious too.
Yeah.
Tastes good. It's like not like normal water. Like a little mineral-y.
Yeah, it's natural water right there.
I could drink this whole bag right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is the bed right here. It's pretty much done, and it actually looks kind of comfy. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, dude. I could so sleep here. Oh my God, bees. Kevin?
While I was testing out the bed, Kevin had food on his mind. He's on his way to make a primitive weapon out of nothing but the trees around us and the rope that I brought. Step 1 is to choose materials that can be sharpened into a point. Once selected, pick a strong branch that could be the main end of your spear. Lastly, tie them all together on the tip of the branch and get ready to hunt. We just lost my knife for about 10 minutes and Kevin was looking at me like he wanted to kill me.
It's okay, because he found it.
So he has an idea to make sure that I never lose it again.
Thou shalt not lose the knife again.
Yeah, for real though, for real. Nice, thanks.
I'll be real with you guys. Building a shelter is no easy task. We're tying together sticks, harvesting a lot of grass, and several other repetitive tasks. For that reason, we're gonna skip to when the skeleton of it is finally finished, which is several hours later.
Can I do anything to help you right now, or?
I think more grass.
More, really? Bro, I hate farming grass.
I know you do, but...
Kevin thinks all I'm good for is foraging grass. He's probably right. I'm not gonna... I'm not good at much else here in this environment. Oh, look! I walked over to the riverbed, and right over here is some pretty freaking tall grass. Ow, I also have so many thorns in my hands, guys. This hurts. But it's survival, not enjoyable, right? Probably the worst part about this is the fact that I'm allergic to grass. And the biggest problem that I'm facing right now is that I've harvested so much grass in the area that I'm running out of grass to harvest. So I think I'm gonna follow the river up a little bit and see if I can't find a nice piece of grass. There has to be something good, like somewhere around here. Kevin's gonna kill me if I just come back with this. I've been gone for, for a while. I'm gonna go see how pissed he gets. Come on, bro. Hey, hear me out. Wow, you made a lot of progress though, huh? Wow. Where do you want this? How about right here? That looks good.
Oh, now it's gonna be comfortable.
Yeah. Bro, I'm cramping so bad. I really need calories in me, like more bad. My asthma is getting to me too. I haven't told Kevin because if I tell Kevin, he's gonna tell me to stop and I don't want to stop. I want to help. We're gonna keep going. Something else that's pretty cool is like far away along the river. There's a gentleman fishing. I wonder if he's having any luck. I also wonder how far into the woods he is because we're out here. That man is putting in the work to go to this spot. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm really hungry. I'm really freaking hungry right now, yeah. How much longer till this is done?
Like an hour.
An hour?
Maybe 2.
How much more time of sunlight do you think we have?
An hour, maybe 2.
After the last time we split up was so unproductive, Kevin wasn't interested in letting me take it easy, so he decided to come with me to find things for our new home.
What do you think about those?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All right, let's see how Kevin taught me. Put tension on the strands. Look at that, one shot kill. I'm gonna get a few of these. You think you could just be invasive in California and I won't do anything about it? Think again, buddy. Oh, nice. That's about the bigger pieces. It smells good. What is that, nature?
Sweet clover, maybe? Yeah, it is. Nature.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm having a hard time getting my asthma under control, and I don't know why.
Do you have your inhaler with you?
I do. I have my inhaler. See something you like?
Yeah, I think I'm going for it.
Take it. Kevin, you look like you had a successful harvest, man. You and me both, man. A lot of wood in our hands. Whoa, whoa.
Now that we have everything we need, it was time to finish our home.
This is priority, man. Like, if we don't do this, like, we got no place to sleep, so.
It's important we make the roof as thick as possible, otherwise the mosquitoes will eat us alive.
Guys, this is honestly nuts. It's getting super close to nightfall. It's pretty much nightfall. The temperature is starting to drop right now. The mosquitoes are definitely out. I just caught one in my freaking hands. Low key, should I eat it? Probably not. Kev, I feel like we're getting there.
It's starting to look like a shelter bus.
Right? We're at that part of the shelter right now where the structure is done, all right? It's no longer just a skeleton with random sticks. Problem with it is that it's not gonna be keeping mosquitoes out right now because there are so many holes in it. So we're gonna get a bunch of small stuff. You see Kevin is getting the grass right now and he's placing it on the bottom of the shelter first. So you're making the base layer and then you're layering more on top of that. All right, guys, it's getting pretty dark. The shelter is almost finished, but it's not there yet. So we're gonna have to work into the night 100%. It's literally nighttime. They're Ow! We'll check in when it's finished. It is late. I don't know what time. It is freaking dark, okay? It's time for a shelter tour. Before we show you guys, we gotta go catch what we're hoping to be breakfast tomorrow if we're successful. This thing is wild right here, but it's definitely a frog killer, that's for sure. Now we just gotta find the frogs. We're hungry. We're hungry as hell. Bullfrogs for breakfast sounds, oof, that sounds fire. Oh, no it broke. Stick broke? Damn, bro.
That was so close.
Perfect. That was nothing short of embarrassing.
I can't even believe that.
But they're here, and that frog looked good, man. That was a good frog, man. Let's see if we can do some damage here. Good shit, Kev. Good shit. You're good. Go, dude. That's breakfast. We're having breakfast. We're having breakfast, buddy. Bro. So we're good to go, man. Kevin, would you like to do the honors and show them?
Sure, it would be my pleasure.
Yeah.
Welcome to our humble abode.
This shelter is 7 feet long, 6 feet tall, and has thick patches of grass covering the top of it. It's got one main stick running through the middle with several supporting sticks along the side to hold all the materials keeping the mosquitoes out. It may look small, but on the inside, it's quite spacious.
Both of us are about to be sleeping in here. Get in here, Kev. Oh my God, bug. I think more than anything, this proves that I would not survive in a true survival challenge. Without Kevin, I'd be dead.
You know, it's one thing to try to make one of these shelters on your own, and that is a ton of work. But having a good buddy you can rely on made it a pleasure. I felt like we did really well. Initially finding wild grapes and Nick finding all the blackberries. I mean, solid foraging makes all of this a lot easier. A lot more fun too.
Hell yeah. Oh, bro, we still have those blackberries.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
All
Here.
right.
Are the red ones good to eat?
You can eat them. If you eat a bunch of them, it'll upset your stomach. So some people like sour candies and stuff.
Dude, this is like sour candy.
Nobody, I think, really understands how much work goes into a traditional shelter. We were at it for what, 5 hours?
We didn't even finish it.
So when you can lay down and feel comfortable in the bed, you don't feel any rock in your back, it's not cold, it's nice and warm, it just feels good.
We killed it.
Dude, we did. And honestly, man, super impressed with your skills. You did great, dude.
Thanks, bro. There's a secret that we actually haven't told you guys. As much as I want to tell you right now, you gotta wait till morning. We're gonna try to go to bed right now. Good night, G.
Good night, man.
I love you. Say it back.
Pretty great, man.
Oh my God. One thing's for sure, I'm pretty friendly with Kevin right now. Bro.
These are some tight quarters right here.
I mean, you know, we're getting closer, I guess.
I think this was all just some elaborate ploy so Nick could spoon with me.
You caught me. Look at my eyes, man. I need sleep bad. I can't sleep. It's like 3 a.m. right now. I don't know what to do. The sun rises in like 3 hours. I could go for some berries. Gotta be extra careful. Whoa, okay. I'm using my only light as a freaking vlog camera. That's how dumb I am. There's a berry bush somewhere around here. Those blackberries got me going, honestly. Good news, gang. The fruits of my labor are gonna turn into actual fruit because I found a berry bush. I believe this is some grape. Don't mind if I do. Whenever your intuition is leading you somewhere, you should listen to it. Oh, I almost just poked myself in the freaking eye with this branch. Now we just gotta get back to the shelter without stepping on a rattlesnake or being attacked by a freaking... Oh man, I'm actually scared of a mountain lion now. I hope Kevin isn't pissed that I'm waking him up. Kevin, I got us a snack.
Dude, what time is it?
Come on, bro. There's no way you were resting that well in here. Are you?
Yeah, I was.
Any chance a midnight snack can make you feel any better?
You got some food?
He said you got some food.
What'd you get?
Some grapes.
Some grapes.
They made me throw up at the beginning of the day, but I think they might be just what the doctor ordered right now.
Dude, these are not grapes.
They look like grapes.
These are the berries from pokeweed.
Pokeweed is a plant that could grow up to 10 feet tall, has vibrant purple stems, and is entirely poisonous. Digesting even one berry can cause severe stomach cramps, vomiting, diarrhea, and even respiratory failure if eaten in large doses. With me being a severe asthmatic, it's a good thing I didn't try one before showing Kevin.
This is totally poisonous, dude. You can't eat this.
Really?
Yeah. Get it out of here.
That would kill us?
I don't know if it'd kill you, but you'd probably poop your brains out to the point where you gotta go to the hospital, so let's not test it.
That's it. For that, I'm gonna spoon you extra hard.
Good morning. It was pretty cold last night.
I wasn't cold at all. Yeah.
Happy to announce we did not accidentally cuddle. I mean, honestly, man, I slept like a rock. Part of this challenge we haven't told you about yet is that we're actually coming up on the hardest part of it. We have a 5-mile hike out right now. That's never fun to do. That's never fun to do. I am sore, man. I am sore. Bro, let's get out of this freaking... What are we doing? Still cuddling in here. We don't have to do this anymore. Oh, something cool. When we got back to camp, we buried the frog.
You don't want to leave a frog sitting in warm weather because it could spoil. So instead, we dig down into the river sand where it gets nice and damp, and then we cover it up. Hopefully, it's like being in a refrigerator. We haven't checked yet.
Oh, bro, I'd be pissed if something ate our frog.
Me
There's
too.
No shot. That's breakfast, bro. One thing that's really unfortunate, I'm the kind of person, might be TMI, I wake up and I gotta go to the bathroom. Like bad. We don't have toilet paper. So I'm gonna have... You brought toilet paper?
Yeah, I got a couple of sheets just in case.
I brought a couple things I think is going to make this whole experience that much better.
I guess I'm happy about that. All right, let's get some breakfast.
Oh, and that bed is pretty darn comfortable.
Dude, we did a great job on this.
Kevin went to dig up the frog, and lucky for us, it's fully intact. When walking to the place we plan to make a fire, we stumbled across a grill.
Sand should scrape most of this rust off of here, and then whatever it doesn't, we're gonna burn off because it's gonna be super hot.
Kevin is using the 4th item he brought, a fire starter. With this, we should be able to get cooking in no time.
Oh wow, bro, wow, you are good at starting fires. How long do you think we'll be able to sustain this fire with the amount of wood that we have?
Long enough to cook those frogs.
Dude, I cannot wait to eat. This is gonna be the first protein we've had in so long. That fire looks insane. That looks so good.
Does it look fire? Don't set down your fire starter anywhere, just like I did. Instead, put it right back in your pocket, right where you know it's gonna be, and even clip it in if you can.
We don't want that knife fiasco happening again.
That's right. You guys ready? I'm throwing this thing on.
It's finally time.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dude, that looks so good. Wow, look at that, man. We worked hard for those frogs, for real.
That looks raw, bro.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I mean,
this
dude,
is survival.
I'm so hungry, it doesn't matter if it tastes good, as long as it's calories.
Kevin brought a hidden, I guess, 7th item.
Salt sounds like it'd be pretty freaking good right now.
I don't mess around. Take it before that falls off. Careful, coat. It's gonna fall.
It's always important to cover your fire whenever you are making a fire.
We also pour water onto the coals to make sure it's extra safe.
All right, breakfast.
Hopefully there's not too much sand in it.
I don't even care if there is. Cheers.
All right.
Very well cooked.
Like chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken of the swamp.
Why'd you miss that big one?
I know, I know. Yeah.
We've made it to the hardest part of the challenge, which is a 5-mile hike out. And the reason it's the hardest is because we are definitely the most drained right now. Don't get me wrong, the shelter was great, but definitely could have had better sleep. And food, man, I'm hungry. All right, say bye, Mr. Shelter.
Guys, this challenge isn't over yet. We've still got a 5-mile hike out, and if we can't make it, we fail this survival challenge.
All right, we're all packed and let's get out of here, man.
Let's do it.
It's backpack is no joke, guys. This backpack made me throw up on day one. The rescue team that we're walking to right now is really just where we parked Kevin's car. We got quite a ways to go.
Oh my God. Kevin was a huge help, but it's time to go live on the most remote island on Google Maps. I can't leave until I catch 3 meals, so let's get to hunting. First thing I do when I get in the water is scope out the area for sharks, and once I realize that there are none around me, at least that I'm able to see, I found a little piece of structure at the bottom. Structure is always a good sign no matter what you're hunting, and in this instance, it was actually housing a bunch of crustaceans, specifically like very small lobsters. These lobsters were safe because when I was here, it was not lobster season, which so lucky for them because I would have eaten them in 2 seconds. Shortly after those lobsters, I found a very small hermit crab, and I was considering eating this, but this one was like smaller than the size of my palm, and I'm really looking for something to feed me. At the end of the day, eating this hermit crab is gonna be more calories than it's worth. When you're freediving, you're burning between 800 and 1300 calories an hour, depending on the water temperature. So when I came across this snail the size of Africa, I got super stoked because it looked like it was extremely calorie rich. The only problem is that it's a queen conch, and where I'm at in Florida, they're protected. So if I were in the Bahamas, I could eat this thing, but because of my location, I could not, which sucked because they looked delicious. At this point, I was really starting to feel just my hunger in general. Like, I was not having fun. That's when I found a perfect meal, a 3-foot barracuda. It's one of the fastest fish in the ocean, so I take the approach of kind of going to the bottom and slowly stalking their school, but as I get closer, they really flex their speed on me, and before I know it, they're gone. And I'm even hungrier than I was before I found them. Now, this is where I really believe I had a godsend. There is a fish right here in the grassy area, and I didn't understand why it was moving. Maybe it was sick, maybe it had just given birth. I really could not tell you, but whatever the case was, I wasn't complaining. Like, I was very lucky to stumble across this thing. Eventually, after taking enough shots at it, I did wind up getting it on the end of my pole spear. This is a perfect example of why having a slip tip on the end of your pole spear is a huge advantage. A good comparison is like having your fish like you do a dog on a leash. It could try to swim away all it wants, but no matter what, it's not going to be able to get off the end of your spear.
We were able to catch a target species, a beautiful mangrove snapper.
Anytime you catch a fish, you want to make sure you gut it and leave the guts in the ocean. This will feed other animals in the ecosystem and make sure that nothing goes to waste. Once your fish is clean, we're going to get to scaling. Scaling is most effective when you run your blade opposite to the direction of the scales.
All right, this looks good. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to eat right now. Very stoked to catch my first fish right now. We're gonna get to cooking it, and I'm really hungry, so I'm excited. But I haven't really even explored the island yet. There's not really a whole lot. It's not the biggest island, so let's explore the island. And this is the humble abode. So this is where I go spearfishing, and then there's actually a path up this way. Ow, ow, these small rocks hurt. And just like that, we're on top of the island. You see there's another island, and it's home to this osprey right over here. Definitely don't want to piss off the osprey and get attacked, so we're trying to keep our distance. This is like a really solid vantage point, though. I can pretty much see everything. This is base camp, where we'll get to in a minute. Something catching my eye right now, though, is do you guys see all these little holes right here? Those are, if I had to guess, iguana holes. And iguanas are an invasive species here in Florida, and they're delicious. So if I could get my hands on one, that'd be great. Check it out. This is home base, but from up top. And now we're at the bottom. This is the fire pit we're gonna be using to cook our fish. We even have a little swing connected to the tree, which is good. I'll probably be pondering some of life's greater questions here. And then right over here, you can see we have a bunch of bugs climbing onto my fish. That sucks so bad. All right, we're just gonna leave those there. And this is the rest of the island. I found some man-made stuff. I'm probably actually gonna use that for a shelter later, but for now we're good. And you guys get the idea. Step one to cooking my fish is to get wood. So we need to forage for that, and we only want dead stuff. So we're not breaking or killing any trees or anything, only the stuff on the ground. The good news is that all over this island is super flammable material. Like this stuff that kind of just looks like hay, super easy to ignite. So we're gonna get a bunch of that. So first step to making a fire, we're gonna make a teepee. I really like that this piece of wood is more thick than the others. So we're gonna go ahead and literally clear all this out right now. Stick it on through. There we go. It's important whenever you're making a fire, you leave it open for the air to come through. That way oxygen can feed the flame and it really gets into a big hot fire. Now you're just gonna make a little tent, okay? It's nothing crazy. You add one here, boom, a boom. These are nice and hollow. These should light really well. Now I'm just gonna pick up a bunch of pine needles, and this is essentially gonna be the super flammable stuff that gets our fire started. We hope, right? Go ahead and put the pine needles under where the wood is. That way, as the pine needles start to ignite, the wood will slowly catch because they take a little bit more time and heat. So obviously for this challenge, I have a lighter, but for every survival challenge I make, I'm gonna make it so that you can take away one of my items. So leave a comment below if you want me to not bring my lighter next time, not bring one of my spears. I'll come naked if you guys want. Just comment below and I'll make it happen. Top comment wins. Let's have fun with this lighter before one of you guys takes it away from me. Listen, I know it looks easy when you have a lighter, but making a fire is hard anywhere you go. Okay, we got it. All right, now I gotta take advantage of it. I've never cooked a fish like this, but already you can see he's getting so crispy along the edges. I'm the kind of person where I get very hangry. Like when I'm hungry or tired, I'm not having a good time. This is one of those times. All right, we're gonna put this fire out before we go eat it, just to make sure we stay safe. If you ever wanna put a fire out and you don't have any water, you can just kind of separate it and it'll go out on its own. Obviously, don't ever leave fires unattended, but this is good for now. And obviously these are hot embers, so you wanna really be careful. Bro, that sucks so bad. Why? Why did that happen?
Well, I've almost ruined my first meal, but I'm gonna brush it off and eat it anyways. Time to see how well I cook this fish.
I'm gonna start by taking the layer of skin off. Wow, guys, look at this. That looks fire. 5-star restaurant couldn't compete with that color. That's insane. Wow, man, that's so good. And it's really interesting. When you're hungry and thirsty, you don't even really think about the hunger as much as the thirst, right? Like you just feel it in your throat. Eating a saltwater fish, you'd expect it to be a little salty. Nope, this is like hydrating. Like I literally taste the water in it. Something I'm a bit concerned about is that this is like by far the most plentiful species around the island. So I think for my next 2 meals, it's gonna be a lot tougher to catch because I don't really know what I'm gonna be targeting, but definitely need to celebrate the little victories. People always say, whenever you cook the fins, they come out like little chips. You could eat them. Let's give it a taste. Wow, that actually has really good flavor. Identical to like a potato chip. That's super good. I think the next plan of action is to find a place to take a nap. Just rest for a minute, I'm exhausted. It's funny enough, right next to where I was eating is actually what looks like a broken tent. I really don't know. It was on the island when I got here, so I'm gonna see if I can't make a little shady area for myself. I think this will work as the main piece. Guys, you guys are gonna realize how easy it is to make shelter after this. Literally put this here, go ahead and put that like that. Boom. I know what you're thinking, Nick, this is not a shelter. Calm yourself, okay? There's more to go. What even is this? What the heck? Oh, ew. I just got so much like still water on me. Oh, let me smell it. Oh, that smells terrible.
Guys, still water may look safe, but it could be a breeding ground for bacteria and parasites. Accidentally consuming this water could take me out of this challenge early.
All right, so the problem I'm having, oh, okay, that's great. The problem I'm having right now is that A, this is too heavy and essentially uncomfortable and gross. Like, look at all this stuff I just got on me. So I want to find more natural cover. Let's see what I can find.
After searching around the island for a while, I finally came across this spot that looked shaded and elevated enough to where the tide can't reach me.
You see there's like a nice patch of grass right here. It's soft. The only thing is I want to make a little pillow for myself. I'm so tired, guys. So I need to go find something to pad these rocks so I can rest my head on it.
And it's looking like so far this old tent is the only option I have for a pillow.
Or maybe, rather than like this nasty thing, what if I go with this thing? This looks like it might be comfier, a little cleaner. I was wrong. Okay, we're going back with this. Oh, stuck on all the freaking rocks. All right, let's see. How is my shelter that I made? Actually mad comfy. Smells disgusting. It smells really bad, guys. But oh my God, I've been sleeping on planes and in freaking cars for the last 4 days. So this being the first time I'm laying down in a while feels really good. So I think the plan is I'm gonna wait until after my second meal to go try to get some water. I don't even know where I'll start with water. I'm pretty sure I need to find a coconut somewhere, but looking at this island, I'm only seeing like mangroves and not a single coconut tree. So that's not good. With that being said, we're on an island, so there's a good chance that a coconut could like wash up somewhere. I gotta get lucky with that one. If not, this might be a very thirsty 12 hours. I was not able to sleep at all. I have real bad asthma, and sometimes when I smell mold, it kind of just gets in the back of my head, sketches me out. And I was just like, is this gonna kill my asthma? With that being said, I am already hungry again, which is nuts because I ate nearly like an hour ago. I'm a growing boy though, what can I say? Something else I always do whenever I'm about to go for a dive is I wet the front of my face and the back of my neck to activate my mammalian dive reflex.
This is a reflex all mammals have when their face touches water. It slows your heart rate and prioritizes oxygen going to your internal organs rather than your arms and legs.
All right, here we go. Dive number 2.
The name of the game on this dive was trying to save calories. On the last one, I was in the water for over an hour, and this was just really bad for overall. When I get in the water, I found this yellowfin mahara, and this is a pretty dumb, curious fish. Like, they don't really run away from you. And right here, you can see I got a total kebab out of him, which was great because I caught this like 1 minute into my dive. Whenever you see a rock that looks like it might go deep, I would always encourage you to lift it because there can always be a crustacean or something underneath. When I lifted the rock, I found a channel crab, and it took me a little bit to catch it. I was a little bit nervous because I've never been pinched by one of these guys. I was actually stoked because crab is like one of my favorite meals, and I just started pulling them out of the woodworks. The biggest struggle I always face is figuring out where to put all my animals as I'm hunting. So I made it so they clinged onto each other, and every once in a while, I would have to play hot potato. Like, it's so hard to hunt and have 2 crabs in your hand at the same time. Now, I'm looking at all my food, and don't get me wrong, this is good, but I am starving, guys. Like, I cannot exaggerate this enough. All I've had today is maybe like 100 to 200 calories with that first fish, and I've already definitely burned at least 1,000. So I'm definitely way in the negative and looking for something that will fill me up. That's when I found the biggest freaking channel crab I have ever seen in my life. This thing looked like it could give me like a reach around hug. So I dropped the female that's in my hand, and I started thinking about how to strategize to catch this thing. Because he looks like if he pinches me, I will be in a lot of pain. The ground beneath me was so mushy that anytime I'd make a slight movement, it would pretty much kick the entire area up and make the visibility non-existent. You couldn't see. At one point, there was so much sand kicked up, and this crab must have got disoriented or something because he completely came out of his little hole. When you get them by the claws, they're entirely completely useless. Like, they can't really do anything, and obviously a hand is stronger than a claw. Took some time to look around the rock just in case this was like a super breeder rock for some really big channel crabs, but the only thing I was seeing were other tiny ones, and specifically females. With that being said, I'm never someone to overlook an opportunity, so I decided to go back in for them and notice they were stacked right on top of each other. When I flipped the rock, they really weren't too scared of me, so I had to grab at least one of them. The best part about this entire dive is that it was so short. It only lasted about 20 or 30 minutes, and that means more calories saved than burned.
Oh! This little one's so mean! Unluckily, the little one has me by his claws. Originally coming in, I had 3. They pinched me so much they got away. I only came in with 2. Interesting thing about these guys, they call them clinging crab. They have like 4 names: spider crab, clinging crab, channel crab. They call them clinging crabs because they tend to cling to the rocks or anything that their legs are pretty much caught on. So you see this guy's just clinging to my hand. He will stay here all day if he could. Oh yeah, and I caught a fish. That's pretty cool. Caught a yellowfin mahara. A lot of people call these a trash fish. I personally actually really like them.
Luckily, I don't have to look for any new foraging spots. I know where all the driftwood on this island is.
We're just gonna go ahead and straight up put the crabs right on the fire. They shouldn't have any problem cooking. We're just gonna go ahead and put this guy right here. My fire went out, but I'm gonna go ahead and kebab this thing real quick. The crabs are already turning colors. It's pretty. This one is done. Feels like I'm roasting a marshmallow, but a fish. This could be finished cooking, but I wanna make this nice and crispy so it tastes like a chip. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that right in the fire, crisp it up. Because I don't have any water, I need to make sure I get as much water as possible from these things. Speaking of it, it's so funny. I've been so zoned in to catching my food, but now that I've mentioned the word water, holy cow. I'm incredibly thirsty right now. Okay, after peeling everything I don't want off the thing, this is what it looks like. I think I was in the water for like less than 30 minutes sourcing this and the crabs. On my first dive, it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to catch that mangrove. That's the difference in like 500 to 800 calories, me just making my dive time less. So even though it doesn't look like I have a whole lot of food here, like this is gonna take me a very long way and make it so that I can hopefully catch my dinner and get off this island. What I'm really excited about is Senor Channel Crab over here, because these are like, I love crabs. I'm sure you guys know. Oh, look at that meat. That's fire, gang. Channel crabs are so good. I should have gotten every single one of them. What am I thinking? You could actually tell whether you're eating a male or a female channel crab. This right here is a male, and I know that because it has really big claws. And this one here is a female. You can see their bodies are both the same size, but the female's claws are way, way smaller. So that's how you know. Okay, here's my game plan. I need to find a coconut. I see no coconut trees. So I'm gonna do a lap around the island, hopefully find something. That's very wishful thinking. And yeah, I guess just rest until it's time for my last meal. I'll be real with you guys, I'm not very hopeful right now. You've seen the size of this island. There is not a palm tree on here. Either I need to find a coconut or I need to catch my third species so I could get off this island as soon as possible.
Despite my efforts to hydrate myself, I wasn't able to find any fruit. And to be honest, it was definitely getting to me.
Gosh, I feel like such a failure after not being able to find a coconut. There's literally like, bro, there's nothing to do when you're just surviving. It's a lot of fun because you just get to do all the stuff you love, you know, you get to be outdoors, but like at the same time, there's nothing to do. It's literally, it's like I can nap, I can sit on this swing, which is pretty cool. I can't believe I haven't done this sooner. I'm getting this really like surreal memory. I used to go camping with my mom when I was younger. And she used to take me to this place called Peace River. It was just beautiful. I remember we'd go down in a little canoe for like hours and miles. I must have been like 12 last time I went. I haven't thought about that in a very long time. I'm sitting here thinking about what's left to be able to catch, and off the top of my head, we've got lionfish, which is an invasive species. If I could find one of those, they're delicious. That'd be great. They're venomous, but would still be good. The birds are protected, so I can't go hunt that osprey. It's not lobster season, it's not grouper season. I've already caught a mangrove, a channel crab, and a yellowfin mahara. For this time my hunting, I'm gonna do something different and use this kind of a pole spear. It's a 3-prong instead of a slip tip, so get to use a little bit different of a weapon, see what the action on it is like. I'm really tired. I'm like trying to think of what to film and like make this a good story. Guys, I'm thirsty and tired and hungry. Let's stop complaining and go do something about it.
This is where a complete curveball came into my challenge. The reality of the situation is that this is a public island, and because I don't own it, I can't stop people from coming here.
I don't know how to say this. Our island, we just got boarded, raided by pirates, okay? And here are the pirates.
I quickly showed them around my base camp and then asked their parents.
Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm curious if I could go catch all of us dinner and maybe cook it on the island if you're cool with it. You're down?
The silver lining to having this family board the island is that they had water with them, and technically, I did source this water from the island, so I'm gonna take it.
I want to drink more so bad, but I also want to save some for when I get out, so we're just gonna put this over there. This is one of the homies we found on the boat, and funny enough, he's perfectly geared up for spearfishing, so he's gonna help me feed the family. Oh! I'm a pro, I swear. If I see a shark, though, I'm pointing him in your direction.
Don't let this high energy voiceover fool you. I am absolutely dying in the moment that this was being filmed. The first thing I see when I get in the water is this crab, only to realize that it was just a fresh molt. It wasn't actually alive. At one point, I came across this massive ledge that were hiding right under the mangroves. And mangroves is like a series of tree systems. And sometimes under the roots is just a lot of area that you could actually explore. I don't even notice that in the top right corner is a massive lionfish. I take a deep breath and I go in to try to spear him, and he actually completely swerves my spear. The best part about these guys is that they don't really have a fight or flight reflex. They really just rely on their camouflage and venom. So they're actually pretty easy to spear once you like corner them a little bit. Now here, sprinting across the bottom is a pretty massive stone crab, and he's absolutely pissed. If he were to get my finger and isolate it, my finger would be gone. Before I know it, he starts to burrow into this grassy area. And I definitely can't just like put my hand in there and try to grab him because he could really take a finger off.
That was a huge stone crab.
Big.
Up.
And the worst part is that it's so murky here that anytime you touch the ground, it just creates a cloud of invisibleness. I put the lionfish on land so that I have my weapon back, and then I go right back to that hole that I was looking at previously. I see a pretty solid sized male channel crab. I reach in confidently and I'm not able to grab him, but if you know me, you know I get competitive with animals. So when I wasn't able to grab him, I was like, all right, you know what, game on. It's time to catch this thing. I put my head under the ledge again, and the crab was hitting the if I don't see you, you don't see me technique, which unfortunately just doesn't work when you come to this hunting thing. I was actually pretty stoked too, because when I did pull him out, I was like, oh shoot, this is a good size one. I secure both of his claws and then show him off to his buddies and just like, hey, you guys grow up a little bit and then this will be you one day. In this clip, the channel crab is actually holding onto a rock as hard as it can, and it really speaks volumes to how strong these clinging crabs are. I learned the lesson from the lionfish that right after you catch something, you should put it on land. So that's what I did with my crab. That's when my friend from earlier gave me some good news.
You got the stone crab?
Got the stone
Hey, let's go. That's like my favorite. I think one more go at it, we can feed everyone.
With only one more fish in mind to be able to feed every single person, I was feeling good. The only thing is that no matter how good you feel at any given point, the lack of calories and severe dehydration eventually catches up with you. As I'm swimming, I also realized that I'm having a very bad asthma attack.
I'm starting to feel the ultimate fatigue right now. I don't think I can keep diving, guys. I'm having acid reflux. My stomach hurts. I'm hungry. My body keeps cramping. On top of that, this current is absolutely ripping. Kind of hard for me to keep up with it. It's just coming so fast this way. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go through these mangroves right here and cook us up dinner, whatever we got. Hopefully they're happy and it's enough food for everyone. I'm also having a really bad asthma attack right now. So I gotta go take care of that.
I had to swim about 1,000 meters upstream just to get to a place where I can get on the island. After successfully catching dinner for my new family, it's time to make a fire and carefully cook each catch. We have to be super careful because if anyone burns their food, I definitely don't have the energy to go spearfishing again. And if I don't have a third meal, I fail this survival challenge.
All right, guys, let's start cooking, huh?
This has been a crazy challenge, one that felt way lonelier than I expected. And so while we were cooking our fish, I felt grateful to have my new friends and the chance to eat my final meal of the day with them. All right, my friends, firstly, I'm sorry you're sitting in front of all my old carcasses. It's been a long day. Haven't gotten a chance to clean up, but we enjoyed the mangrove snapper, stone crab, and lionfish. Cooked to perfection, might I add. And just as we were finishing up, they wanted to say,
Subscribe!
Hey, there you go. Subscribe, you know.
I made sure our fire was put out and then said farewell to my new friends.
Thanks for having dinner, guys. Yeah. That was nice. They were really cool.
I've successfully hunted and cooked 3 meals, and my time on this island is almost up.
I remember when I was younger, I used to always watch these survival YouTubers, specifically the Australia ones, like YBS. Dude's my hero. I would watch him catch mud crabs, and I would think he was like the coolest guy in the world. He would go through these mud flats and just do all these things that seemed so out of reach. Seemed like something I would never get into. I remember I was like 11 years old. I was overweight at the time. I just felt like there was no hope for me. I really wasn't happy with my life. And it's crazy to think, 10 years later, you never know where you're gonna wind up. And all it takes is the right people introducing you to the right environments or how to do these things. Like, what I'm getting at is this doesn't just have to be a YouTube video that you watch. You could live this lifestyle too. If you even just think this is cool, if you're watching this, you're like, oh, that's kind of sick, just hit up a guide somewhere. Doesn't have to be expensive. Go do something outdoorsy.
And in the middle of my motivational speech, I heard my boat approaching.
Oh, that's him. I know it's not the best shot, but I'm high up in a tree. Probably a good time to mention I'm pretty afraid of heights. Look at that. That's what we call a successful survival challenge. And the sun is setting, which means it's time to go home finally.